Alright, ladies and gentlemen and game designers, we're going to get started with the brainstorm for our big project. This is the big project we're going to work on for the rest of the school year, and it's worth tons of points. And I want you to get a good start. So this is kind of challenging, and there's a lot to it, but this is what I expect of you, and the hope is that it'll make your game better. All right, check this out. I found this website, and I liked the information. This guy failed over and over at level design and game environment art, and then he changed his ways, and he got better at it. Here's what he used to do. He used to get an idea and then start working on a level. Well, that kind of stuff just doesn't work very good. So he has all these ideas of things that you can do. So one of his ideas is you come up with like a idea. So you get a picture off the internet or from somewhere where you're at. Like, hey, I want my scene to look like this or this. And then he goes on to talk about like you got to come up with more art for things, right? Lighting, get ideas for how things are going to look, sketch things out. Um, you got to figure out like how you know how does the game start? The person wakes up and this is what he sees and like holy cow, what am I going to do? Um, he comes up with like a flow chart of how to navigate through it. He also I like this. He also has like a top-down view of how you're actually going to get through the level. Anyway, lots of planning, lots of planning, lots of planning. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get started with the brainstorm. Okay, so this is going to be for you and your partner. Okay, so this one is a group one. You're gonna give me a really good idea of what you're doing, and this helps me to grade you. So I'm gonna keep this all year long. I'm gonna refer to it all year long. We can change it, but anyway, we're gonna refer back to it. Anyway, so we're gonna go jump back to our the art of game design, and so on and so forth. Describe different things about your game. Okay, so that's a team project. Then the next thing that you're gonna do is you're going to individually, each individual part is going to plan a level, okay, and it's based on that website I showed you. So I want you to come up with an idea of what the level is going to be like, and it's going to be pretty detailed. And this is kind of the idea is that you come up with a plan on paper now, work out the bugs, and then sit down and start working on it in Unity. Okay, so this is an individual project. All right, now let's take a look at this. This is the scoring guide that we're going to use for the entire year. I may change this here and there, but this is basically what we're doing. So read through it, but you're going to staple that brainstorm onto the back of this as well as your level design. Okay, you have a partner. You're gonna actually answer these questions, right? How are you and your partner splitting up the tasks? So you're gonna say who's doing what if you have a partner. Um, and so for the first quarter progress, here's what you have to get done. All of this. So I'm going to grade you on this. And then the next report card comes out. You have all this. So what I want you to do is open this thing up, look through it, understand it, and ask me questions about it. Okay? But at any rate, we're going to be working on this. If you look at it, it's all the way to the very end of the school year, the expectation of the game. So you have to continually make progress through the game. One of the main things about the game is this: it has to it doesn't have to have the best graphics in the world. It doesn't have to have the best music in the world, but it needs to be fun, and you can do it. So would kids play it if it were on the arcade machine? Okay, and we do have some games that were fun to play. So that's the whole idea: is make a game that's fun to play. Okay, and then at the end of the year, you've got a lot more stuff to it. You've added a bunch more stuff to it, but then again, the very final thing is kids would play the game if it was on the arcade machine. I wanted to have a finished game that has 2 levels that's fun to play. Okay, all right. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at the unit. Okay, the brainstorm. So do your discussion. You want you to do your calendar. Um, do the brainstorm as a team. Do the we're missing one. The level design's not on here yet. Well, I'll get on there. Anyway, go through this thing and do all that stuff. Ask me questions.